Happy Sunday. So, I want to do a reading today because we are headed into the new week. And I'm getting some energy with questions that are coming up around should I quit my job? So, I want to pull some energy cards. I want to go over some clarity. And then I want to talk a little bit about some guidance around this for you. Okay. So, the very first energy that I am tapping into, I feel realistically like when we dig deep down and go, where is this coming from? Like really, where is the actual root of this? And it says you don't feel supported. You don't feel like, and let's be clear, right? The intention is not that you go into work every single day and you love what you do, you love your life, everything is perfect, everything is smooth. That's the ideal, I think, for anybody. We would all love to be able to do that, but life is intended to have challenges. It's intended to have things placed in your way that you have to figure out how to get around it or over it in order to learn and grow, right? So nothing's intended to be perfect. But this feels like work, your job, this position, it has been very difficult. You don't feel supported. You don't feel like you have no idea how you're doing because nobody's providing any feedback to you. You're feeling kind of lost and hung out to dry. You're trying to continue forward, but you could even, I'm getting that there could be like a performance um, uh, follow up or meeting that you have, and you have no idea how it's going to go because you haven't received any feedback. So I feel almost like this is coming from I can't be in a position or a company or a team where I have no idea where I stand and I don't feel like I'm heard or seen or supported in my ideas and in my work and what I bring to the table. Now, what's the fear behind this? Because when we question things, right? When we question things, the reason that we're doing that rather than taking action is because we have a fear. There's a fear that stops us. And what I'm pulling in here is I feel almost like the fear. Now, aside, I want to take out the fact that we all have to survive and we require finances. We have to make money. We have to be able to support ourselves, our families, our whomever, okay? Even if it's just our fur babies. But I'm also getting that there's a fear. I want to put it this way. I'm getting that there's a lot of self doubt. I'm actually getting that um, you fear that if you were to quit your job, you would not be able to find something else because you're not good enough. Okay. So when I pull this card, it says, I don't know. Like, if I leave this job, what if nobody else hires me? What if these guys only keep me here because this was as good as I could get? No. So when we are in an environment that is not supportive, that is not conducive for our own growth, that keeps us small and doesn't allow us to expand into our full potential, it starts to hit at our self worth, right? And our confidence. And it starts to have us believe that we can't do any better than this. We can't grow beyond these, four walls that contain us in these blinders. Okay. But the clarity and guidance for you around this, so I want to say this. So when I pull the devil card can be control, it can be jealousy, it can be um ego, right? It can be fear. There's a lot of different emotions that are wrapped up in this card. But when I'm pulling this card within this reading, what it says is it's okay for you to be selfish right now. It's okay for you to sit and say, if this were a relationship, okay, if this job were a relationship, I would have certain expectations, right? For my needs and my wants to be fulfilled. And I also understand that the other person in this relationship would have the same. And so for this to be a healthy relationship moving forward, we essentially need to be able to compromise on things that we may not be on the same page with and or may not be in agreement with, but we want to compromise them so that we can come to a healthy agreement to move forward and be successful. So why not do that with this job? Now, obviously, parameters, right? We understand where this is going. You're always going to have certain expectations and goals and, KPIs that you have to hit. But if you aren't feeling like you're getting the support, getting the feedback, getting what you require, then don't be afraid to have a conversation. Don't be afraid to stand confident within yourself and what you need. Now, there's a professional way to do that. You can have a conversation in a professional, calm manner, but it's okay for you to actually have those conversations. Now, if you've done that and it's not gone anywhere, then the game plan is now okay. So I now need to set up what it is that I'm actually looking for. And it's so important for you to do this. Write out the things that you know you are looking for in your ideal job. Write out what is the environment like? What does your leader, sound like, look like, feel like, whatever it is, because what qualities are you looking for in a day to day with someone that you're going to be working with for the long term, right? So you want to write all these things down because just like any other manifestation, um, um, attempt that you are doing, right, or manifestation plan, right? You do the same thing here. You want to be very, very clear on what that looks like. And then you're going to start your journey in searching. Okay. So write everything down. Make sure you've got everything outlined for yourself. You know exactly what it is that you are looking for. Have it so clear that you can visualize it. Keep that somewhere that you can see it on a daily basis. Because here's the thing, the way that manifestations work is once you have that clearly there and you know that that is what you are looking for, that is your ideal workspace, that is your ideal job, that is your ideal environment, um, team, right? Energy, feel. The universe works in amazing different ways. It could be that there are major shifts that happen in your company, possibly even in the new year, and everything changes. Your leaders end up getting moved or switched, your teams end up getting moved or switched, and you end up in your ideal situation without even having to leave your company. Or you hear from somebody out of the blue somewhere and they are like, hey, like my company over here, we're hiring for this role. I know one time you had mentioned, are you interested in that? The universe works in wonderful ways. So make sure that you're starting to do those things. Okay. That's how you're going to set yourself up moving forward. Now, I'm going to do a quick little plug because I don't care how you do this, where you write it down, what you do this with, but I do have a daily affirmation journal. Okay. I'm going to put the link in the comment section below this video. But basically, every day there's a new affirmation in here. Okay. And you can keep all your notes in here. You can write down everything that you're feeling, everything you're going through. But this is also the perfect way for you to essentially do what I just said. Write down everything you're looking for. Put very clearly what your ideal work situation is, your team members, everything.